Alright, I got this awesome story to share with y'all. It just happened like a couple days ago, so it's not like something that happened, years ago and I'm trying to retell it. This happened like fucking 2 days ago. So I go to Arby's. Actually, I take off work. So I'm like, you know what? There ain't nothing going on in this place. I could be doing better shit with my time. So I took off work right before noon and I walked into Arby's. I make my order, I get me a beef and cheddar max, I'm frickin' hungry, man. I'm ready to eat me some roast beef. So anyways, I make the order and the guy there says, hey, can I have a name with the order? I said, yeah, your mom. And they looked at me like, come on, dude, really? And I'm like, just type it in there, type in your mom. And I get my receipt and I look on it and it says order 261. And I'm like, fuck that guy, man. Come on, can you just play along, type in your mom? Because I live here in Texas, and usually the lady giving out the orders is like this Mexican lady that can hardly speak English. So when she calls the order out, she's like, I have an order for your mom. Order for your mom. Your mom, your order is ready. And I never answer the first time, I just kind of sit there like a dickhead. And about the third time she says, order for your mom, like really loud over the whole restaurant. That's when I get up and actually get my order. It's a great freaking prank. I hope y'all try it at home. But this time it didn't work. So I'm sitting there thinking about, damn it, man. Only if the guy would have typed in your mother, I'd be laughing right now. So my phone rings and it's a friend of mine and I'm in a restaurant, so I'm like, hey, I'm not answering this call. So then I get a voicemail and I'm like, well, I'll check that later. I'm still stewing over this your mom thing. That's number one on my mind right now. So then I get a text from the guy and he says, hey, Red Bull's in town and I need you to fix their tour bus. And I was like, well, that's pretty newsworthy. I guess I should take this call, So I said, give me 10 minutes and I call him back and I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, hey, and he has no idea that I'm off work. Because usually I'd be working and I'd be, held up till 3:30. He's like, hey man, Red Bull's in town for that Red Bull soapbox thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm aware of that. And he says, well, one of their buses is broke. The generator won't start because they ran out of diesel. And I said, oh, all right, well, where are they at? And he told me where they were at. And I was like, I'm 5 minutes from there. And I was already in my truck and I already had tools with me. So I was like, hell yeah. So I rolled up there and I met some of the guys and they're pretty badass dudes. And the bus I worked on, I posted a picture of it on my Facebook, my fan page that you should become a member of if you want to see a picture of this badass freaking Red Bull bus that I fixed. Hint, hint, you should probably go to Facebook and look up Fire Guy 24 and click like, because I know y'all like me. Anyways, I roll up and there's this, it's a 1970s scenic cruiser Greyhound bus. It's like a European style. It's got the windows up real high and the seating on it's all really high. The short of the story is the bus driver comes up and he's a cool dude. He knows exactly what's going on. He's even got his own tools and stuff. He's like, dude, here's what my mechanic back home's telling me. He's telling me that lift pump there, that electric fuel pump, is not strong enough to pull a draft of fuel all the way from the fuel tank to feed the pump, but it is strong enough once it's primed. So he says, I need you to prime it up. And I'm like, oh, no problem, So I start messing with the ignition switch. I'm pulling the wires off the back of it on the generator. And he says, it's the yellow wire, man. The yellow wire is what runs that fuel pump. And I was like, oh, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Bonus. Because now I don't have to guess about some of this shit or try to figure it out myself. He can just tell me. That's pretty badass. This guy name's Ed, by the way. He's Ed the bus driver. Like, that's who this guy is. He's the bus driver. I guess he works for Red Bull and he drives this thing all over everywhere. So I jumper power over to that yellow wire and the pump's not running. So I go, hey man, I'll probably have to pick up a few tools now that I know what I'm up against. He says, well, what do you need? I said, I need a test light or a voltmeter. You got any of that? He says, yeah, I got a test light. He grabs it, rips it out of the package, throws it at me. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. This is going to be easy. So I was like, well, the fuel pump's getting power, but it's not turning, so you need a new fuel pump. And he's like, oh, damn it, man. He goes, that explains it. And I was like, yeah. I'm going to turn here. So, I'm like, hey, man, let's, you want to take my truck? You want to take one of these Red Bull vehicles? What are we going to do? So we get inside this Red Bull. It's international. It's a MXT, I think. One of those gigantically large pickup trucks that they built like before the fuel crisis hit, and fuel went up to like $5 a gallon. But this is like the military version, and it's a pop-up, and I'll post links to all this shit so you can see what I'm talking about. It pops up and fucking speakers fold out, dude, and it's like a mobile DJ stand. It's like dude, Hummer ain't got shit on this thing. Even the military Hummer ain't got shit on this thing. It's a fucking monster. So we're rolling around, and I'll tell you guys this, but I didn't tell these guys this. I forgot my cell phone charger at work, and there was a slight chance possibly that I may have needed some tools, because if what that guy's mechanic told him was true, that fuel pump wouldn't pull a draft all the way from the tank, I needed to grab my own, you know, more high power fuel pump that I use when I fix the trucks that I work on. And so I said, stop by my work, man. I'll run in there, I'll grab a few things, and we'll hit the auto parts store right next to my work, since I was already in the town I worked in. So we roll up there to my work, and this huge, sexy truck, dude. Red Bull logo on the side. Like, I'm balling out of my freaking brains right now, right? So I walk in there, I grab my cell phone charger, stuff it in my pocket, I grab all my diesel fuel pumps and bullshit, throw them in this thing. We get the part, I put the part on, okay? It takes me like a half an hour to actually fix it, like diagnostics, fixing it, everything. And I got a fucking fat paycheck off this thing, dude. He goes, you take credit cards? I said, hell yeah, I take credit cards. He says, all right, man, here you go. I plugged in my little Square. If you guys don't have a Square and you like to make money on the side, get a freaking Square, dude. I plugged it in the top of my cell phone, swiped the fucking Red Bull credit card on my cell phone, typed in the amount, bada bing, bada boom, man. They threw a fucking case of Red Bull in the back of my truck, and off I go, dude. I was like, hell yeah, that was awesome, dude. Like, that was so big for me, because I woke up that morning and I had 3 cents in my bank account, and now all of a sudden I got money to pay bills, so I'm pretty fucking excited, you know. Life ain't easy after I got divorced, but I was so fucking pumped on that, dude. And they invited me to come out to the Red Bull soapbox race. That's tomorrow. I'm probably going to go out there and say hi to those guys. It's a pretty clever technique they got. They use this bus. It's a limousine inside is what it actually is. And what they do is they go from bar to bar. They have a list of bars that they hit. And those MXT vehicles, those mobile DJ units that I was telling you about, what they do is they show up to the first bar with this mobile DJ unit, and they pop it up, and I'm sure they have the Red Bull Wings girls there giving out drinks and everything, and this unit's there playing all kind of music, and they get the party started, right? But then I'm pretty sure this limo bus that they have, they fill it up with all their corporate people or their VIPs, and they roll up to these bars, and I'm sure they pick up just random hot chicks at these bars. And then they go to the next bar. Well, vehicle number 2, DJ vehicle, is already at the next bar, already getting the party started. Then when they leave that bar, they go to bar number 3, and DJ vehicle 1 moves to bar number 3, and they just leapfrog like that. And this VIP bus does a tour of all the big bars in the area that they're in, depending on what town they're in and what event they're doing and all this kind of stuff. So it's a pretty sweet deal for Red Bull. So basically, when it all boils down to it, I'm the reason that Red Bull has a VIP program here in Dallas during the soapbox event. So if it wasn't for me, I don't think it would be running. The guy said he called the freaking mechanic out there the day before. The mechanic charged him $250. That's $250. And the guy didn't fix it. Didn't even look to me like it'd been touched. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This guy charged you $250 to come out here and he didn't even fix it? And I fixed it in a half an hour? He's like, yeah, dude, you're pretty badass. And I was like, yeah, thanks a lot, man. But that's my Red Bull story, man. You guys gotta support Red Bull. They put so much money into our sport, your sport, everybody's sport. If you like action sports, you like extreme sports, you like anything fucking gnarly, shit that hasn't even been invented yet, Red Bull's putting money in it right now, and they're supporting you. They're supporting everything you do, man. So you gotta get out there and buy yourself some fucking Red Bull. I'll talk to you later. Fire Guy 24. Peace out.
What's it down on YouTube?
Fire Guy 24.
What?
Fire Guy 24.
Fire Guy 24. I'm gonna check you out, man. I want to see your stunts.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
You a bad looking dude, man.
Good to see you.
I just had to come say hi.
Well, thank you. You just wanted to get on the good list, didn't you?
That's right. That's right. I'm put you on YouTube,
Are you
man.
the driver of this bus with that helmet on?
That man there is the man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's
He's the
a
man.
pretty wild bus if you're driving it with a helmet.
This is a wild bus.
All right. All right.